Some of them make a lot of money, and I know agents that sell houses for like 200 million dirhams. I've met a guy that sold a house for 1 billion dirhams. In some cases, the agents are making more money than the CEOs. I know a lot of people think that AI is going to wipe out real estate agents. I see real estate agents as gatekeepers of wealth. Actually, these people are not going anywhere.
Joel Alexander is the co-founder of Kendal AI, a real estate technology company that raised $3.1 million and nominated for PropTech of the Year. In addition, he interviews Dubai's top brokerage CEOs. He's here today to show us how Dubai real estate really works, who wins, who struggles, and what's actually changing with AI.
There's people who don't make any money for a prolonged period of time and just haven't had the right luck, to be honest. It's not hard to look like you're making money, right? So you can rent a G-Wagon, you can rent a Lambo. I respect the hustle, but otherwise it's obviously quite scam.
What are the things that separates a good agent from someone that doesn't make it?
I think
Joel, welcome to the show. You sit with the top CEOs in real estate. When you look at the real estate industry today, you have brokers and you have billboards and you have Instagram flushing with real estate. Tell me, are these people actually making money?
well, we'd like to think so. First of all, the market's on track to do about $200 billion in transaction volume this year, which means if you do the math on like 2% being an agent's sort of take home from any given transaction can often be more than that as well. They're making money, and they definitely, the ones that are pulling their weight are definitely bringing in the millions, as you said. So yeah.
So 2% of 200 billion is the full takeaway of all the agents.
I would say that's again, it's being reductionist, but yeah, that's fair.
From the outside that looks good, but how much money do these guys actually make?
So look, there's about 30,000 registered real estate agents according to the Dubai Land Department, and then there's a lot of other agents. So it just depends on where you fall in the food chain. But how much money? I would say there's people who don't make any money for a prolonged period of time and just are not good at sales as much, or just haven't had the right luck, to be honest, because the whole principle is it's a marketplace, right? You're connecting one person to another, and you have to be lucky enough to find the correct to put together. So some of them make a lot of money, and I know agents that sell houses for like 200 million dirhams. I've met a guy that sold a house for 1 billion dirhams as well. So I've got a range. So you can put the numbers together on that, but there are quite a few of them that do quite well for themselves. And sorry, just an interesting insight. People think these CEOs are the ones that make the most money, but actually, I've had guests on my podcast where 20 of their agents out of 120 people will be millionaires. So in some cases, the agents are making more money than the CEOs.
That's so interesting. The agent's making more money than the CEO.
Yeah.
But, the other group, the ones that are working, and they come and they work full-time with zero pay, only commissions. How do they deal with that kind of pressure?
In sales, it's just really tough, right? There's no great way to deal with it other than just sort of keep taking shots, and then you end up landing the right fish, and then all of the hard work pays for itself. Like that's kind of the way everyone in the industry sort of looks at it. But also, there's a high turnover. The basic rule of thumb is that you should have about 6 months runway for yourself to go into the real estate business, so that you're not expecting to close a deal on day one. But in the first 6 months, ideally, you're able to, close something.
That's how they're thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people would come here on a tourist visa and then try their hand in the industry. And if they don't really don't really have any success, they end up actually going back. So for as many people as we talk about that are millionaires, there's a lot of people that come in and leave quite quickly as well. And you can see that in the brokerages as well. We've got about 7,800 brokerages in Dubai. A lot of them don't necessarily last beyond 1 year, 2 years, etc. There's it's kind of like a Series A, like your seed stage to IPO companies, right? The curve is like this. So how many of them are actually deriving the total market value? You got the top 200 brokerages that do a lot of the deals in the market, and then you've got the tail end of the market which are just trying to make it. And not everyone's, able to pull it off.
A lot of agents are working for free, though. They are, from the outside it looks impressive, but I can only imagine the pressure they go through. Why would an agent accept to work with no base salary?
I think the sort of outcome on the other side is quite significant and disproportional almost, right? At the end of the day, if you have a good network of people, let's say I'm friends with you, therefore I'm friends with your friends. If I can land one good customer and I can really squeeze the lifetime value of that customer, I can end up sort of making a totally outsized amount of money from that. So it does end up becoming worth it for them in those situations. The ones that do well never complain about the fact that it is commission only. Because if it wasn't commission only and you had salaries and then half commission, half salary, or some sort of structure like that, they wouldn't be able to make as much of an upside. The UK, for instance, has this structure. You have a base salary, you have a car, you have a laptop, you have everything, plus you get commission. But that sounds really nice when you think about it. But if you're in the bottom, like 80% of the market, that sounds exciting to you because you're like, I have a stable income, like, amazing. But if you're in the top 20% of that market, you're just saying, actually, I'm being held back. I can't maximize my earnings. So, yeah.
So you think it's worth the payoff then?
I think for the ones that are really good at it, absolutely. Yeah.
And you sit with a lot of brokerage owners. What are the things that separates a good agent from someone that doesn't make it?
I think the simple things, believe it or not, people don't follow up. People don't have a discipline around sort of calling up their customers and things like that. They don't put themselves out there. People think personal brand's not a big deal. They're just like, it's another thing that the kids are doing these days. That's what it's still seen as to a lot of people. And they're not willing to do the hard work of putting a lot of things out there without any immediate gratification. You have to delay that gratification. We were talking about Nikhil Kamath earlier, so that's funny. But the idea is that the longer you can stay in, the more you're likely to succeed.
So people come in with a 6-month expectation to close one deal.
Yeah.
And the one that separates the good from the bad, you're saying, is their network.
Yeah, absolutely. Network and also just simple discipline, consistency. I think all of those things make a huge difference. And not everyone starts with a network, right? So it's like, how do you build that network in the first place? Cold messaging, all the hard work that nobody wants to do, cold calling, which nobody should do, by the way, guys. What is the department name? I forget. But the idea is that you've got certain working hours that you can call, message, etc. with, but also passively market, right? Instead of just like calling. If you have activities outside of just your job, let's say you go to the Oxygen gym or something like that, or you go to X and Y place to eat, and that resonates with one of the people on your Instagram, they're like, hey, this is going to be my guy because we share the same activities, right? Like I really like his attitude. I like the places he's going to, therefore he will be my agent. So it's not just the things that you do actively, but also the things that you do passively. And I don't think people realize how much of a part personal brand plays in that.
It's very interesting. You mentioned personal brand. I see everyone with a personal brand. It's like everyone around us is almost an agent. Sometimes I wonder, is everyone making all that money? What percentage would you say is actually making money, like you said, closing that 1 million a month?
1 million a month is a very, very high bar. I wouldn't say it's that high a percentage.
They look like they're making 1 million a month.
Well, that's easy to do, right? Like I was actually, one of my employees is getting married soon. Fingers crossed. Bro, pop the question. But the point is, I was trying to look at the price of a Rolls-Royce rental in India and a Rolls-Royce rental in Dubai, and it's almost like half the price, basically, right?
To buy or to rent?
To rent, right? To rent for a day.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that it's not hard to look like you're making money, right? So you can rent a G-Wagon, you can rent a Lambo, and we've made it accessible for people to do that out here when we have a lot of tourists, etc. So I think a lot of them take advantage of that, and then they want to be seen as, and I respect the hustle, like they're kind of how the kids say, manifesting that whole reality for themselves. So if they make it, it's awesome, but otherwise it's obviously quite scammy.
Scammy, you think so?
Like FTX, right? You remember the crypto
Yeah, the
exchange
one
kind of
that,
went bust. They say like if FTX held its bags in OpenAI, the equity that they had in OpenAI or some equivalent companies, they wouldn't even be close to the, bankrupt situation that they were in. But they couldn't hold their act long enough, and then it all fell apart, right? Theranos, like, it's technically cutting edge innovation, but because it didn't really work out, it's a scalp, right? So similarly, I mean, I hate to compare tech to real estate, but that's kind of the way I look at real estate agents that like flash a lot, but then, there's not substance there yet, because if they close a couple of deals, they can actually, get there.
yeah.
So yeah.
So real estate looks very glamorous on the outside, but the workflow is something not everyone sees. You saw something that could be fixed with the workflow, and you created Kendal AI. What was it that you saw that the public didn't see?
So I have to signpost everything by saying that I believe everything in technology already exists. I don't believe anything is unique. I think it's just about winning distribution in a category, finding a pain point, and then just sort of going deeper and deeper into that pain point. So while I was doing the podcast, a lot of the brokerage owners would tell me that, when I was like, hey, what's one challenge you need help with, kind of a thing. And a lot of it had to do with triaging sort of leads, or rather intercepting all of these like thousands of leads from Property Finder and Bayut and then Meta and Google, and all of these are just coming into your business, but nobody's qualifying them, right? Let's say I'm getting 10,000 leads a month and I'm a team of 10 or 20 or 30. I can't practically like humanly respond to all of that. That's where AI comes into the equation, where we're in a time now where AI can automatically respond to those messages, have a real ish sort of conversation with the person, even if they signpost by saying, hey, actually, I am an AI and I'm just, sort of getting you to the right person. So please, could you tell me your budget, the location you want to buy in, and then on WhatsApp, and you just like send it to the correct agent, right? So it's a filtering system. And I think that's what was very useful in the early days.
So people were using WhatsApp.
Yeah. WhatsApp is like the core CRM for any business, I would say, not just real estate, but especially in Dubai, everything happens on WhatsApp. People send passport documents on WhatsApp, and all of these things happen.
Yeah.
So having a way to sort of sync that to your CRM, and sort of natively going WhatsApp first, where you can qualify your leads on WhatsApp, you can nurture, broadcast mass messages to people on WhatsApp compliantly, of course, and then also be able to just sort of take all of that information that you're collecting there and populate your CRM automatically without sort of having to manually go and like, this is what this guy said, this is what Mahmoud said, this is what Joel said,
So it's about integrating WhatsApp with the existing CRM.
Yeah. So currently we have our own CRM. We built our own CRM from the ground up, by the way, which is, I would say, not groundbreaking innovation in the region, but it's a challenge and a half, right? Like, because it takes a lot of resources to compete with Salesforce. That's a $200 billion sort of cash flow kind of company. It's not every day that you can take them on, but for some reason the kids from Dubai think that we have a shot, right? But yeah, we did build a CRM from the ground up that's completely integrated with WhatsApp, and that's kind of like the core operating system for the real estate business.
No, you say that, but I've seen some brokerages are good and the agents are good as well. But then what is missing in the workflow?
So oftentimes it's again like automating a lot of the parts. I call it,
Like I would say, where does the friction come from?
yeah. So the way I split it up is revenue generating activities for real estate agents and non-revenue generating activities. If you're sitting and filling your CRM all day and you're just making calendar appointments, you're uploading documents, you're talking to your admin, and that's all you're doing in your day, that's 3 hours or 4 hours that you could have been on the phone being like, hey Mahmoud, like how's it going? Like, because that's where they excel. That's the part of the job that AI doesn't replace, right? So that's the part where they need to spend the most time. And our job is to make sure they have as much time as possible on revenue generating activities. So automating the workflows of the boring back end stuff that nobody wants to do, that was the opportunity that we saw.
Okay, let's start with the obvious. You have Kendal AI, and on LinkedIn, you have about 30 people reporting to your company.
It's 15, I have to say. Yeah, I don't know who's fake putting Kendall on their profile, but I'm going to come and find you.
So if that's true, then why is Kendal hiring people instead of, why do you need so many more humans? What is the part that can't be automated?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, right? Salesforce said that they were going to deploy AI agents to do a lot of their sales, and then they ended up hiring like 2,000 salespeople to sell those same things. They said they're not going to hire any more engineers because engineering agents, or rather coding agents are getting much better, right? And I agree with a lot of these things, and I do think that software itself is just getting exponentially better. Like, I can't even tell you, like literally 3 months ago versus today, I can get an app from zero to prototype on App Store in a couple of weeks or a week, which is like insane. It's just pending App Store approval. That would be the only barrier.
Right.
Not actually making the app, which is crazy. So that's how good coding has got, right? So yes, you don't need 1,000 people anymore or 2,000 people anymore. I would argue that you still do need maybe 100, right? Like I know a lot of people in San Francisco are saying you can make a single person $1 billion company, but for me, I don't think we're in San Francisco. So, you have to account for your regional nuances. And I still think that you need a strong, something about having community and a certain team culture and things like that, having people you go to work with every day, because as it is, like, a lot of people in the world are just alone and, like, on their own, kind of a thing. Having a team that believes in the same shared vision, goal, etc., I think that's why people will join companies in the future, not just, oh, I want to make money. It's more, I care about a cause, because I think people will make money regardless of their work in the future. So yeah.
So AI is replacing roles everywhere, but in real estate, what's happening?
So
Who
again,
becomes more valuable and less valuable?
right. So what does become more valuable is your soft skills, I would say, right? Your ability to empathize, to understand someone, to find their actual objection and then handle for that objection. Whereas the boring thing of, are you sending them a WhatsApp message? Are you updating your CRM? Are you posting a listing to X and Y portal? Those things get largely more taken care of by technology on autopilot as much as possible. That's where we're headed. But the soft skills is what we need to over-index on. And I think that's where a lot of the real estate agents, I know a lot of people think that AI is going to wipe out real estate agents and they see them as inefficiencies. I see real estate agents as gatekeepers of wealth. I don't look at them as inefficiencies. And I think that's the difference with tech people looking at the industry, because they don't really see that piece of the puzzle. And when you notice that, that's when you realize actually these people are not going anywhere.
Gatekeepers of wealth.
Yeah, that's what they are. So I would say it's, we've always had brokers, right? Like, for various things, right? For various industries, and whether it's cars, houses, all sorts of stuff. So we're saying is that those people will continue to stay. And in fact, their relationships will become even more valuable, because the only thing that a lot of tech companies want is access to distribution, is access to that network. And the truth is their technology can't really replicate that network today. So yeah, that's where I'd say.
Look, Dubai has some of the highest commissions in the world.
Yeah.
Do you think with workflow automations, the property of the prices would go down? Would the commissions go down for the people that are buying?
So it's a mixed question, I would say. I think a lot of the rentals today, if you see, let's say there's a 5% spread on, let's say you get 100,000 dirham a year sort of house or a 2-bedroom, whatever it is, you're going to make 5% as the rental agent on that deal.
Especially if it's off-plan.
Yeah. No, well, rentals, like, the ones that are already out there, basically. So,
Okay.
So you make 5% on that, right? Now, that's pretty low ticket for a real estate agent. Believe it or not, 5,000 dirhams for real estate agents is like, they're just like, but I could be making 200,000 instead of 5,000. So a lot of the rental piece, I feel like, will be largely, AI automated, I would say, because it doesn't require as high of a negotiation capacity from an agent side. Whereas a lot of the sales deals will still be your high skill sales.
But if someone's renting, they're still looking and someone needs to take them and show them.
Correct. So I've seen different solutions in the market already. Not our own. We're not really tackling that space, but where people are automating sort of that buyer journey, right? Like you'll have the agent, but it'll technically be an agent on WhatsApp. And then they'll say, this is the code to access this apartment. You go in, you see it, you like it, you don't like it, and then you make a call, right? Now, yes, there's a missing element of the agent saying, oh, look at how beautiful this is and that is. And it still works for higher ticket. Like, let's say if it's a 400,000 dirham a year rental, that's very different from,
Yeah.
100,000 dirham. So I still think that the ticket size matters a lot. But yeah, that's really where we sit.
But more on now, you're talking about the rental side, but what about the buying property side? What do you think is going to happen there?
In terms of,
So you said buying properties still has friction. Do you think AI removes that friction, and will it help people to buy more or less?
So I've seen a few different models of this, right? In the US, you've got, I forget the name, it starts with the red, but they've implemented three sort of models where one is with an agent, one is hybrid with an agent for a little bit of the journey and then not for the other part, and one is completely like direct to, the person, right? There's a reason that the highest adoptions that they see today is more on the agent model still for the higher ticket sort of properties. Because quite frankly, if you're a high net worth individual, you don't have the time to sit and do paperwork and see like 10 different houses and see if the other person is genuine and all this kind of stuff. So you're just saying, go and do it for me, please. I'm paying you X and Y amount. And that friction is almost a built-in thing, I would say. And I think it's not really going anywhere anytime soon, because the ultra high net worth people don't want to spend their time doing, well, to be honest, things that they can get more money out of doing with their time, right? Like effectively, if I have 2 hours and I'm a tech billionaire, I could either spend that 2 hours building the next SpaceX, or I can, go and see a house, right? So what do I spend my time on, and where can I maximize my personal ROI? For the real estate agent, it is doing the viewing. For the tech billionaire who's building a space company, it's building a space company. So that's kind of why that friction will still exist, because people have different priorities and like they make more money elsewhere than the transaction of exchanging on a house.
Very interesting you say that, but I want to go back to your personal story. You were studying banking at LSE, and then you said many people chase big brand names. You decided not to, and you went completely into something brand new, which was real estate, technology. Why the sudden change?
Yeah, so I did accounting and finance at LSE, and then basically in my first year had a bit of a academic setback, I would say, and that sort of made me take a step back, because a 3-year degree is like very quick, 4-year degree, 3-year degree, like ends up being quite fast. But if you can take a step back during that, to just pause and really see, why am I doing the things I'm doing? Apply for internship, apply for spring week, apply for grad job. It's just a cycle, right? But if you can take a step back and say, why am I doing these things as an 18, 19-year-old? You tend to see that the world is a lot more than monthly income in your account every single month, right? Like that's not it. There's more to life than that.
What is there then?
I think it was like, for me, I felt so privileged to be, I grew up in Dubai, right? And then I went out to London, and I was just like, I felt so privileged to be at such an esteemed sort of institution. And I kind of wanted that for other people who didn't necessarily have the same privileges that I had, like you had to pay international student fees, all this kind of stuff. And we started I was launching the India division of a nonprofit that was helping underprivileged kids in India get access to higher education in the US and UK, negotiate soft loans for them, and do all of this kind of stuff, right?
So you thought, leave that for them then?
I wanted that for them as well, is what I would say. So do whatever you can to kind of make it happen, right? Now, there's obvious flaws with the nonprofit model and all sorts of things like that. I won't get into it. But the point is, that was kind of the moment where I started working with people outside of my own institution, outside of my own university. And you realize the world is a very big place. It's not just hotshot investment banker, consultant types. There's actually real people in the world that are like artists, doctors, lawyers, all sorts of different professions. And you want to make an impact all of a sudden. And that's what a place like LSE, as well as like the broader like international community there, does for you. And yeah, just kind of started building different things. A lot of them were failures, like 3 or 4 different companies totally flopped like massively, which is why when I decided to withdraw all my graduate job applications 6 months before I was supposed to graduate university, my parents were like, what are you doing? Like, that's crazy, right?
And were
Like,
you making money on the side already?
no, I wasn't. No, not really. Like, I had a lot of experience business wise, but not money wise, you know. So I wouldn't
So
say that.
take me to that moment. You told
Yeah.
your parents, I'm quitting. I have 6 months left. What did they say
I'm
to you?
quitting applying to jobs. So yeah, and well, they weren't at that point. I think they'd seen that I'd done a few different ventures, and they're like, "This guy is not gonna stop." So they just said, "You have 1 year to figure it out." And I was like, "Okay, that's a fair thing."
Sabbatical.
Yeah, so I kept doing uni as is, but I also kept building the company. And then we got a grant from my university, which then 6 months later became accelerator funding in San Francisco, which then became $2.5 million in Silicon Valley. That's kind of what, ended up happening. So it was just a function of staying in it long enough and having a big enough dream. It wasn't in real estate at the start, actually. It was around content creators. Surprise, surprise. We were trying to find a way for people to invest into content creators from day one, because we said, if you could invest in Mahmoud on day one that he started his content creator journey versus where you are today, would your stock price basically go from 0.01 to $1? And then could you make an upside on that? How can you make culture liquid almost as an asset class? So that was kind of like the idea. And then FTX collapsed, obviously, end of 22. We were building on top of Solana, and then we pivoted completely. So for 1.5 years, we pivoted 7 times. And then on the 7th pivot is when we ended up in real estate. So I was in the brokerage office of this like big Netflix star in London who has a real estate TV show. And one of the agents thought I was the tech support guy. I was like, hey, like, it's wearing a similar outfit, I would say. It's like, oh, can you please help me fix my Mac? I was like, yeah, sure, sure, sure. And she just told me about her problems in technology and real estate. Came back to Dubai, started the podcast, learned about the actual problems in the industry. And here we are today.
So far you've raised about $3.1 million. You've scaled your team from 0 to 16 people in a very short time. What part of that growth surprised you the most?
I think how much I rated my gut check. When you meet someone, 3 minutes tops.
3 minutes.
Tops. 3 minutes tops, You just know. Because if you've met enough people, as I'm sure you have, you just can tell. Does someone have it or do they not? And I know first impressions aren't everything, but you can almost tell, whether it's a virtual call or whether it's an in-person meeting. So I think before I used to second guess that, I used to be like, no, maybe I'm wrong. Let's pass them on to the technical round. So in our company, actually, the first round is with me. It's not, test, and then you meet the CEO. It's actually CEO first. And I don't like to waste my technical team's time because they're doing way more important things. So I take the meeting, I do my gut check, and then I let them know if this is someone we actually want on the team or not. Because not only do they need to have everyone that comes through our doors, we've already filtered for skill, but are they also a fit for the team? Are they willing to work together? Are they willing to see something from 0 to 1?
And who checks if they're fit for the team? Say you're the CEO and you're interviewing people that have already been checked and you're gut checking them, but how do you check them against the existing people in the team?
Absolutely. So my technical co-founders are CTO and CSA. So Drishti, she worked at IBM, and then Harman went to the Technical University of Munich. So both very strong computer science sort of kids, I would say. And Drishti also grew up in Dubai, actually, fun fact. So they would check the technical sort of capabilities and say if this is worth even speaking to from a technical skill set point
No,
of view.
but I'm talking about culture.
Yeah, then I would check that.
But what if they get along with you and not with your team after you've said that they're good for culture? How much is that time before you realize, no, maybe I didn't make the right call?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I guess what I'm asking is, what is the right amount of time you really need to know if that gut check you had in the beginning actually is okay?
yeah, I'll say something that might be a bit not something that everyone would agree with, a bit controversial. There's some amount of benevolent dictatorship that is required in the early stages of building a company. And I know it's not fair to say that my gut check represents my company, but at the same time, we have a pretty good freaking team. So I'd say that's a good point of reference. And then very quickly, within 3 months, you can tell if you made a wrong choice or the right choice. Usually, if they're good, you can tell in the first 2 weeks. If you're confused, then you're giving them 3 months. That's kind of the
That's
way.
interesting. So 2 weeks, if you're sure, it confirms the gut check.
Yep.
3 months, which is actually standard time in companies where they
Probation.
probation, right?
Yeah.
Which is where you're like, okay, fine, this is the exit button.
Yeah.
And so the skills are already vetted, and for you, it's about values then. And values are more important than skills.
I would say that everyone has skills. So values are what set you apart.
Okay. And I've read somewhere that you said in 2026, you're going to take the industry by storm.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans?
So we have a massive sort of expansion project that we're already working on, which will see us enter a lot of different verticals within the real estate space. In the age of AI, as you know, going vertical is where you can really win, winning distribution. So what can I do if I have 4,000, let's say some of the top portals in the country have 4,000 plus customers, right? What can I do with 4,000 customers that are working in the same industry? What can you really achieve out of that? Can you break into the financing layer for them, right? So mortgages, all this kind of fun little transactions. The collaboration layer, which is how do deals happen when they're not necessarily on market. And yeah, there's also the social component. How do social media platforms evolve? Do all the real estate agents have one social media platform that they all go on where they share their deals, where they collaborate on deals? Is that something that happens? I'm laying it as wide as possible so that all of my competitors listening can go and figure it out for themselves. But that's kind of like the way I see it. You can really extract a lot of value from one industry. And if you use Dubai as the global PropTech capital, and then sort of are able to replicate this playbook in multiple other markets, which we've already seen the companies like Husby do, which has been super inspirational, I'll say. Like, I think seeing that happen as them going from Dubai to Spain to, Saudi, etc., shows that you're not restricted to the GCC kind of a thing. You can actually go Dubai, America. You can make that happen.
Would you say Dubai is a launch pad then, not just for the GCC, but the whole world?
Yeah, for PropTech, for sure. 100%. Like, I think the future of Silicon Valley as we speak is very distributed, right? You'll have a crypto capital of the world, you'll have a PropTech capital of the world, you'll have a fintech capital of the world. And I think Dubai, because of the way our real estate industry is positioned, stands very, very strongly to be the PropTech capital of the world.
You posted openly about pressure and growth. What has building Kendal cost you personally?
Honestly, I'm sure a lot. Like, I know I've missed a lot of, I'm sure I've missed a lot of moments, like the fun stuff that kids my age do. 27. And I've been building for about 4.5 years. So since I was about 22, 21, like that's really my starting point. So I'm sure I've missed some of the fun bits, but quite honestly, like I get to sit down with publicly listed company CEOs. I get to meet, people who are leaders of their countries. I get to sit down with folks like yourself who've just like been absorbing from the entire market. So I find that to be a great privilege, and I know it comes at a great cost. And I feel lucky, to be honest, to have the ability to be able to sacrifice that much. But the real thing comes from your families that came here to Dubai long time ago, 30 plus years ago, to make a living for themselves, who actually started from nothing. My pressure is nothing, like I'm blessed. I don't really have, my pressure is like not about survival, right? It's about how far can I take it.
Who do you compare yourself to?
I don't compare myself to anyone really. I don't like that. Like growing up in high school, I used to do that a lot, like with your peers and things like that. But quickly realize it's just yourself, right? Like it's just you and yourself, like you today and you 3, 4 years from now. That's all it's about. How much are you doing better than you were? Are you still struggling with the same things that you were struggling with before? What have you grown in? Where have your thoughts expanded? And I think that's really important.
Look, there's going to be a lot of real estate agents watching this. What are 3 practical things they can do today to improve?
Well, get Kendal CRM, number one. um, Apart from that, I would say sort of putting yourself out there on social media is very, very important. I know it's overrated. I know it's hard work. I know it's mainstream, but you gotta do it because just as it was important to sort of, let's say, post a listing onto Property Finder or Bayut, it is now important to post a video on social media. So if you're not already doing it once or twice a day, you should be doing it once or twice a day. That's what it takes. When I entered the real estate space here, I was putting out 2 videos a day for 45 days straight. That's what I was at day 1 of 45 of me trying to get my real estate tech company. That was my thing. And the truth is, like, most people are consumers, not producers, right? So you do have a lot of space to actually go and create. So that's number 1. Number 2, make friends, because your network is your net worth, right? As cliche as that sounds, it's not just about how many listings you have and things like that. It's just about who you know who can connect you to someone else. Because in Dubai, you gotta have wasta. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that network. And honestly,
For someone that doesn't know what's wasta, how do you explain it to them?
you can correct me on this, but I view it as influence and sort of network, the power of your network kind of a thing. And I think it exists everywhere in the world, by the way. I just think we have a fun word for it, like, which is awesome. But so that's kind of I would say, make more friends and not just one set of niche group of friends. So let's say I'm an Indian guy. I am a tech entrepreneur. My friends shouldn't just be Indian tech bros, right? It should be like the person who's a chef at a very cool restaurant. It should be the friend of mine who's like doing fashion photography. It should be all of these things, because life, if you look at it as a referral engine, comes from all angles, right? Not just from one industry. So I think that's really important. And that was the second one.
Right.
And then the final piece I would say is just keep showing up, right? Like, consistently do the boring things. It's very important, right? The simple follow-up messages. Hey, it was great speaking yesterday. Just wanted to check in with you, whatever. And even when you're not doing deals, being in contact with someone. I think people don't realize a lead is not just you let it fall on your lap today, deal with it, close the commission, that's it. It's actually your goal should be to transact with them, their kids and their grandkids. That's how you should view
Such a long-term view of seeing it.
Absolutely.
You started with a podcast though. So you were posting for 45 days, then you decided to get a podcast to interview people in real estate to find out what the problem was.
Yeah.
And you decided then that it was the CRM that you wanted to build.
Yeah, so for the first 22 episodes, I was just sort of figuring things out, I would say. I was just reaching out cold messages. You should see I don't know if you've heard of a brokerage called Better Homes. It's one of the oldest, I think the oldest brokerage in the country. And I have like 6 or 5 cold DMs to the CEO, and he was like, Joel, what's the name of the podcast? And I was like, I didn't think he would actually reply. So I didn't know, right? But the idea was you just cold message so many people to get those first few names through the door. And then you quickly realize, that it is about putting in the long hours. After the 22nd episode, someone referred $8,000 of business. And for me at the time, that paid for all of my podcasting and everything that I was doing until then. But wasn't obvious until episode 23, but most people would have given up at 10. And now we're 50 plus episodes in, and the ROI is compounding because now I can sit down with anyone I want. I know it's only 1,000 subscribers, but when you see that 1K on YouTube, it's kind of nice. It's not the same as 300.
The hardest is is the beginning, right? To go from 20 to 45. It's to stick it through when things are not working.
Absolutely.
You've been all that. You shared some excellent information. Thank you so much for showing up.
No, thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
One last question.
Yeah.
Some people make it this far in the podcast and they don't press the subscribe button. What's your message for them?
Please, guys, like, subscribe, comment. Not just subscribe, just comment as well. And then also share this on your story because, we're both very good looking. So we should be on your stories.